I'd been Adrian's kept for 3 whole years, so the second I heard his one was flying back to town, I packed my carry-on and cleared the runway. No drama, no tears, just goodbye. I never expected him to corner me at Eastbrook, eyes bloodshot, snarling, "How could you abandon husband and child?" I blinked. Slander. I'm suing you for slander. We never had a kid. 3 days earlier my inside texted. The one is wheels down Friday. I shot back an OK emoji and launched Operation Cash and Grab. Step 1. Exit the country. Adrian never chased the one overseas, so maybe his reach isn't global. Step 2. Drain the vault. For a bastard with a silver tongue, he's generous. My rainy day fund is already mid-7 figures. Step 3. Hire a mole to feed me live intel so I can ghost again if he sniffs me out. So I'm the mole? Sophie pointed at herself. I gave her the look. Who better? You're married to his big. We'd been best friends since forever. 1 semester abroad and my family's bankruptcy had paused us, but we're basically non-biological sisters. Now she's Andrew while I'm the broke art school girl who traded freedom for designer sheets. Yet the class chasm only glued us tighter. Sophie overheard the one story during Sunday brunch, stormed over, and ordered me to ditch Adrian. I almost did, then I remembered the perks: face, 8-pack abs, unlimited Amex. Plenty of girls keep one sugar. Mine just happens to be my bestie's brother-in-law. Convenient, right? Sophie was so moved she slept over for a month until Andrew dragged her home. I owe my spine to Big. She's a violent cuddler and my lower back still clicks. Also, that bastard has zero chill. I had to hibernate a week before I could face her again. Focus, brain. Exit routes. Where to? Sophie asked. Upstate York spa country. I want the full luxury bathhouse experience. Sophie stared. Take me. I need hot tub gossip. 2 days earlier, Adrian finally came home. He'd been living at Hawthorne, probably rehearsing how to dump me tactfully. Don't worry, client, I know the contract. No ugly scenes, no clingy Instagram stories, just a clean part on good terms. I eyed the crumpled bunny girl costume he'd shredded last night. If you liked it so much, order another tomorrow. Now sleep. He pressed me into the mattress, face in my hair, and crashed. Workaholic all day, animal all night, by the man a kidney. I traced the worry line between his brows. Soon some other woman will rent it. Shame, premium tools are hard to replace. I hear college boys are diamond hard these days. Might test the theory. I dreamed of wheat-skinned frat guys flashing 8-pack abs and diamond erections. 1 day earlier, everything worth keeping fit in a single carry-on. Clothes are disposable souvenirs. Let the maid earn her tip. Passport, state ID, debit card slid into my card wallet. Sophie crunched an apple. That's it. Travel light, vanish fast. I snapped my fingers, proud. She applauded my criminal discipline. Destination locked? Yep. Pinterest says the biggest wellness resort in upstate New York, straight from gate to hot spring. Sophie nibbled her lip. Sneak me in. I side-eyed her. Who watches Adrian if you're soaking beside me? A male voice iced the air. Who exactly are you planning to watch? We spun around, panic synchronized. I took a long, steady breath and channeled every ounce of dramatic skill I'd ever learned. Keeping an eye on Doodle, I said as calmly as possible. He's been a little vandal lately. Doodle was Adrian's hyper-intelligent border collie, a furry troublemaker by nature, so the lie didn't even make him blink. Sophie, Adrian greeted, finally looking at her, polite, distant. Sophie wasn't crazy about Adrian either, but since I didn't mind their mutual chill, she kept her opinions on a low simmer. Conversation between them rarely moved past nods. Adrian didn't care. Sophie was Big's wife, and a bit of distance suited him fine. Why are you home so early? I flicked Sophie a signal while Adrian's head was turned and shoved my card wallet into her palm. Adrian lifted a brow. Don't want me here? Absolutely not. Of course I do, I chirped, fake smile engaged. What's with the carry-on? Business trip? He looked genuinely puzzled. Oh yeah, Moretti had a brainstorm, so I'm heading out to gather some inspiration. I slammed the carry-on shut and shoved it behind me in one practiced motion. When did this come up? Where exactly? How long? His frown said he'd been blindsided. Literally yesterday. Duration's fuzzy, but I'll be back before you know it. I grinned, waved the destination away, then hugged him, nodding towards Sophie so he'd take the hint and leave. Adrian pressed his lips together, gave Sophie a curt nod, and exited. I almost died, I groaned, collapsing against Sophie the second his footsteps faded. The way he interrogated you, like your property, not a person. Was he always this charming? She'd caught every twitch of his expression. Without her there, the interrogation would have dragged on. I just shrugged. Pretty much. He's sugar, remember? Reporting for duty. You drive me insane, she huffed. I stuck out my tongue and scampered off. What else could I do? When my family imploded, Adrian's money stapled the pieces back together. Back then I was a college kid whose biggest worry was finishing my thesis. Night flipped to day, and I was the one murmuring comfort to sick mom while money worries chewed me alive. If Adrian hadn't stepped in, I might have jumped in the river and called it graduation. So whether he keeps me as his kept or his stand-in, I don't care. I don't need love, I need cash. And since he rescued me, the least I can do is spare him the awkward breakup talk. He's been swamped, clearly stalling on how to ask me to leave. Don't worry, Adrian, I'll do the walking, fist clenched. That night he sulked, face glacial every time he glanced my way, but I've logged plenty of flight hours in the land of Cold War boyfriends. Considerately, I gave him space and bunked with Doodle. By morning I was mysteriously back in the master bed. Either I sleepwalk or Adrian carried me, both options hilarious. Come daylight, Adrian offered a ride to the airport. I declined. Please, I'm fleeing, not flying out for work. One chauffeur gig, and my scheme implodes. He left the house wearing an Arctic scowl. I felt a twinge of guilt, but priorities, right? Upstate York spa country, here I come. The second the plane touched down, upstate hospitality steamrolled me. Doors opened like automatic curtains straight to the luxury bathhouse I'd booked. Bathhouse barely covered it. The place was a full wellness resort, food, pools, saunas, everything. I ditched my carry-on in the upstairs suite and shot out like a bird released into the woods. Wow, crowds. Wow, gorgeous women everywhere. Wow, where are the cute guys? I side-eyed clusters of middle-aged men. No offense to middle-aged men. Round up and Adrian qualifies, and I'm still as kept, but still. Whatever. At least the view skewed stunning and female. Upstate, your secret is safe. Legions of long-legged beauties nobody warned me about. Within half a day, I'd harvested 7 new WhatsApp contacts and lined up dinner with 2 of them. Upstate rocks. Mid-play, I snapped 2 pics for Sophie and captioned, "You have to come, amazing time." 0 hunks, smiled tragedy. Compensated by goddess-level eye candy. Battery blinking red, I headed upstairs to juice my phone. Between the RFID wristband and the resort layout, who needs tech? The 2 beauties I'd made plans with were called Lily and Mila, both sophomores at college. I blended right in, no wrinkles, no awkwardness. Ah, thank you, darling mom, for the baby face you left me, and thank you, Adrian, for the small fortune that's kept it moisturized. Ugh, why am I thinking about Adrian again? Spit, spit, spit. I'm not falling for him, right? Please no. Office romances are career poison, especially when the office is his. Still, Adrian's gorgeous, amazing in bed, and generous with his wallet. Apart from the crazy possessiveness, the nightly cardio marathons, and the razor tongue, he's practically perfect. No, stop that train of thought. Lily noticed my gloom. What's eating you? I hesitated, then gave her the sanitized version. Nothing major. My boss is decent to me, but he's hung up on someone else. I don't want to wreck anything, yet. I think I kind of like him. Lily slammed the table so hard my heart jumped. She waved her hands. Relax, I don't hit friends. I squeaked. You hit people at all? Mila snickered. She's trained since kindergarten. 3 guys, 0 problem. Wow. I applauded like a seal, eyes sparkling. I wished I could be that fierce, that self-assured. Unfortunately, I love good food and long naps and have 0 ambition. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spent 3 years as Adrian's kept. Wait, why is he haunting my brain again? I shook my head hard, trying to dislodge him. Lily caught the gesture and gave me the look mothers give wayward toddlers. Girl, you're an idiot, she groaned. 3-legged toads are rare. 2-legged men are everywhere. Your boss's scum, stringing you along while he pines for someone. Total bastard, and you're still obsessed. As Lily trashed Adrian, I silently objected. He's not that bad. When I'm blocked, he drags me out to hunt inspiration. When a client trash talks me, he fixes it. When I'm sick, he doesn't sleep. When I'm sad, he turns into a stand-up comic. When I started sinking into depression, he got doodle just to make me smile. The memories hurt. Why did he have to be my sugar? The relationship was doomed from frame one, and life doesn't come with a reset button. Miss it and it's gone. My party mood evaporated. I apologized to Lily and Mila and headed upstairs. Lily thought she'd been too harsh and chased after me. Sorry, it's not you, I said. I just can't let go. She exhaled and pulled me into a soft hug. Then don't. Nobody's asking you to be perfect. Why are women so hard on themselves? You bowed out gracefully. You're not wrecking anything. Stop beating yourself up. I sniffled. Thanks, Lil. Anytime. Go sleep. Tomorrow's a new day. I nodded like a pecking chick. She was right. I wasn't the other woman. Liking Adrian wasn't a crime. Everyone takes a wrong turn. You just reroute. And time grinds everything down. A few years abroad, and when I hear Adrian's married, I'll toast the news, smile, and finally set that mistake free. Feeling lighter, I still ditched the nightlife. I needed sleep. My flight left at dawn. Exhausted, I showered and crashed without checking my phone. I woke to a screen full of texts. The newest one read, "Sophie, we got it wrong. Adrian's coming to snatch you." Got what wrong? And why would he snatch me? Panic detonated. I threw clothes into my carry-on, bolted downstairs, and hailed a cab to Eastbrook. "Uncle, please, pedal to the metal. I'm about to miss my flight." I hopped from foot to foot, freaked by Sophie's message and the reality that I'd overslept. The driver flashed a confident okay. "No sweat, kiddo. Watch Uncle work. I'll get you there." I waved as he peeled away, checked the time, and breathed. Veteran wheels, legendary speed. Once I had enough time, I stopped panicking. I bought myself an Americano to depuff. I'd gotten up too fast and my face was still swollen, then grabbed a grab-and-go sandwich. As for Sophie's iMessage that Adrian was on his way to catch me, I'd been jittery when I first read it, but now I was completely calm. Please, real life isn't a novel. There's no way we'd just bump into each other. Eastbrook handles millions of passengers. He'd never find me. I swallowed the last bite, wheeled my carry-on, and looked up for the gate. Suddenly my phone buzzed like crazy in my pocket, scaring me into yanking it out. "Sophie, where are you?" "Sophie, maybe don't run. We messed up. Adrian doesn't have a one, guiltykitty.jpg. "Sophie, actually forget it, keep running. Why stay with that bastard?" "Sophie, also I need to confess something." "Sophie, you'll forgive me, right?" Star eyes cute.jpg. "Me, not sure yet." Spill. "Sophie, then I won't say. Me." Sophie had changed, picking up bad habits from Andrew. She never used to be like this. I wrinkled my nose, annoyed. "Sophie, fine, here goes. Sophie, yesterday I fought with Adrian and accidentally blurted out where you were. Me? What are you staring at?" That voice, impossible not to recognize, was tinged with gloom and irritation. I jerked my head up. "Holy crap, Adrian. Of all the gin joints." "No, arg, big mouth." Sophie ratted me out. I spun and bolted, abandoning my luggage. My never-exercised stubby legs were no match for his daily gym long ones. He caught me in 2 strides. I wriggled like an eel in his arms until his voice rumbled above my head. "Keep squirming and I'll throw you over my shoulder." I went instantly still. Being hoisted in public is basically the same as pooping in public, social death either way. "Can we talk in a corner?" I tugged his sleeve, whispering. Adrian ground his teeth. "Now you care about face? Didn't think about getting caught when you ran." I shot back, ridiculous. "If Sophie hadn't blabbed, you'd never have found me." He laughed in angry disbelief. "So you were running. Admit it." "Me? Oh, crap, no more denying." "Boss, Hawthorne's luggage is already shipped home," Secretary Lee reported, approaching. "Me? You're hijacking my carry-on." Adrian looked at Lee. "Book her a return ticket." "Yes, boss." "Hey, let go." I stomped hard on his foot, furious. He hissed in pain, glanced coldly at Lee, who instantly vanished. I sighed, knowing escape was hopeless, and patted the back of his hand. "Let me go first, then we'll talk." He snorted but released me, almost. His left hand clamped my wrist, so tightly it hurt. "Over there." I pointed to a quiet corner. Adrian followed obediently. "Talk. What's there to say?" His voice was icy. When I looked up, I noticed the rims of his eyes were red. Right, he'd been swamped. Judging by the timing, he probably hadn't slept last night. Why drag this out? Can't we just part on good terms? I couldn't help feeling sorry for him. Part? He sounded stunned. I don't agree. I frowned. Adrian, that's shameless. Hogging the bowl while eyeing the pot, gross. How am I shameless? You abandon husband and child, talk about heartless, he snapped, loud enough for a passing couple to gawk. Wait, what husband and child? There's no kid. God, he's slandering me, he said darkly. Who keeps calling Doodle son? I shut up, he had me there. And the husband part? I don't have one. Beat that, sugar. Adrian's face darkened. Just as I smirked, he pinched my cheeks and growled. Who told you we're sugar and kept? I never got that memo, did I? Aren't we? When Adrian asked me like that, I suddenly felt a little guilty. Adrian stared at me. I stared right back, unwilling to show weakness. I thought we were dating, he said at last, his voice low. I was stunned. Seeing my shock seemed to make him even angrier. I gave an awkward laugh. How come you never told me? Hey, I think I'm picking up an upstate accent. Huh. Adrian let out a cold laugh. I clapped a hand over my mouth. No. You dated me and still used me as a stand-in. Scumbag. Adrian sucked in a sharp breath. Sophie didn't tell you. Tell me what? Forget it, he sighed. I don't have any so-called one, and you're not a stand-in. It's all a misunderstanding. My eyes went wide. A fragment of memory flashed, and I yanked out my phone to scroll through my texts with Sophie. Sophie, where are you? Sophie, maybe don't run. We messed up. Adrian doesn't have a one, guiltycat.jpg. Sophie, actually just go. Why stay with that bastard? She really did say it? So what happened? Adrian spoke helplessly. My sister-in-law misheard. That day I was on the phone with Big, telling him. His voice suddenly faltered. I narrowed my eyes at him. As if surrendering, Adrian pinched the bridge of his nose and rattled off the rest so fast and soft I almost missed it. I told him I'd found the person I love. I'd wait for her forever, even if she never loved me back. I blinked. That's it. Adrian's face flamed. What do you mean? That's it. I didn't mean it like that. I waved my hands hurriedly. When Sophie had come to me, she hadn't given me the full sentence. Only that she suspected Adrian had someone he liked, and that the girl didn't like him. I remember. I hadn't been with Adrian very long at that point. I don't think you can blame me. You never actually asked me out, I protested, raising a hand. Back then Adrian had cleared my family's debt and paid my mom's hospital bills. I'd had nothing, and he'd looked after me again and again. People had teased that he must be into me. Come to think of it, I'd simply asked him if we should be together. I still remember his face, startled, hesitant, wistful, anything but happy. Otherwise I wouldn't have believed Sophie so quickly. Hearing my rundown, Adrian fell silent, regret flickering across his face. That wasn't, I was unwilling. I knew you didn't like me then, but I selfishly wanted to keep you close, so I said yes. But once we were together, I got greedier. I wanted you to lean on me, to like me, to see only me. I couldn't let go, so I called Big, hoping Big would knock some sense into me. I froze. Knock sense into you. Because a person is a person, not someone's possession. You have your own life, your own will. But I was unwilling. I refused to let you go, so I ignored Big's words and kept you by force. He drew me into his arms, resting his chin in the hollow of my shoulder, his warm lips brushing my ear. I slipped my arms around him. If what Adrian said was true, what had I been doing these past days? At first I could tell you only felt grateful, but gradually I sensed you starting to depend on me. Your eyes sparkled when you looked at me. You liked acting cutesy with me. I thought you were falling for me, so all this time I've been. He broke off, released me, and pulled a small velvet box from his pocket. Adrian lowered his voice. I know you hate public proposals. I don't want to upset you, so I'm asking you quietly. Will you marry me? Past, present, future, I've loved only you. If you say yes, I'll drop to one knee right now. If you say no, then I'll ask again next time. He held the velvet box in both hands, his downcast eyes reverent and anxious. This man was willing to propose on my terms, knowing I loathed being pressured in front of a crowd. I considered it. If Adrian's one and stand-in were both fiction, then why not? Did I not love him? Of course I did. I'd only shut my heart because I believed I was a stand-in. Yet without my noticing, Adrian had quietly pried it open. I smiled and stretched out my hand to him. All right, I accept. For this Adrian, I'm willing to walk into the fortress of marriage. Thanks for listening to today's story. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate it? If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it with friends. We look forward to your comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more wonderful stories. See you next time.